eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou owest. Nor shall death brag, thou wanderest in his shade, when in eternal lines to time thou growest. So long as men can breathe and eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee.
Never flat, nobody lies flat. If you are sleeping flat, you are sleeping like somebody in their grave. An evil spirit will take away your soul in the night you die. So the parents are in here, and any young children under the age of 5, stay with their parents. On top of the ropes is rush matting, and on top of the rush matting a linen bag filled with wool. The servants would have to tighten your ropes each evening because rope stretches. If they get it right, you will have a very good night's sleep. You will sleep tight because the ropes are tight. People in England often say good night, sleep tight. If the servants don't do a good job and the ropes are too loose, in the morning you would find the servant and say, we have just had a ropey night. People in England still say that. If they've had a bad night, they say, oh, I had a ropey night last night. We haven't had ropes for about 200 years. Eaves, and they're there to make sure your bedclothes stay on the bed. The winters are very, very cold. -20 in the winter, very regularly, very much colder than now. John and Mary Shakespeare at 8 o'clock would hear a bell ring in Stratford. The bell is telling everybody in town no more fires. You cover your fire if you have a big earthenware pot, or you put out your fire. So no fire. So no fire in the room, -20 outside, you go to bed. You get into bed, John and Mary pull up their bedclothes, linen and wool, and then they put the bed staves in the holes down both sides of the bed. So when they wake in the morning, the bedclothes are still on the bed, keeping them warm, not on the floor, not on the children down here. Most of them would be in a great pile over Mary's side, but that's another story.
The courtiers, soldiers, scholars, eye, tongue, sword, the glass of fashion and the mould of form, the observed of all observers, fight down. And I of ladies most dejected and wretched, that sucked the honey of his music vows, now see that noble and most sovereign reason, like sweet bells, jangled out of tune and harsh. That unmatched form and feature of lonely youth, blasted with ecstasy. Oh, woe is me, to have seen what I have seen, see what I see.
Yet here, Laertes, aboard, for shame. The wind sits in the shoulder of your sail, and you are stayed for.
Thank you.
My blessing with thee, and these few precepts in thy memory, see thou character. Give thy thoughts no tongue, nor any unproportioned thought is act. Be thou familiar, but by no means vulgar. Those friends thou hast, and their adoption tried, grapple them to thy soul with hoops of steel, but do not dull thy palm with entertainment of each new-hatched, unfledged comrade. Beware of entrance to a quarrel, but being in, bear it that the opposed might beware of thee. Costly thy habit as thy purse can buy, but not expressed in fancy. Rich, not gaudy. No. Neither a borrower nor a lender be, for loan oft loses both itself and friend, and borrowing dulls the edge of husbandry. This above all, to thine own self be true, and and it must follow as the night the day. Thou canst not then be false to any man. Farewell. My blessing season this in thee.
If anyone's got any favourites, if you'd like to let us know, if we can do anything from them, we will. Or we can do something similar, but do let us know. Otherwise, enjoy the garden. Thank you.
Two households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona, where we lay our scene. From ancient grudge breaks to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers takes their life, whose misadventured, piteous overthrows do with their death bury their parents' strife. The fearful passage of their death-marked love and the continuance of their parents' rage, which but their children's end naught could remove, is now the 2 hours' traffic of our stage, the which, if you with patient ears attend, what here shall miss, our toil shall strive to mend.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name. Or, if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet. 'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, though not a Montague. What's Montague? It is not hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man. Oh, be some other name. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owes without that title. Oh, Romeo, doff thy name, and for thy name, which is no part of thee, take all myself.
A gloaming peace this morning with it brings. The sun for sorrow will not show his head. Go hence and have more talk of these sad things. Some shall be pardoned, and some punished. For never was a story of more woe than this of Juliet and her Romeo.
Bravo.